All right, hiya. I'm back. Let's talk about me. Let me stop. No, but for real. Okay, so now that my son has graduated, right? I'm like, that's an accomplishment for me too, right? That's you as a parent doing what you need to do, staying on your kid and things like that, right? So I'm like, girl, you need to treat yourself. I'm not making any moves just yet, but your girl wants a car. Now I'm gonna keep mine until the wheels fall off, okay? But you guys know when I got Jamez's car, that was gonna be a family car, but I knew I was gonna pass it down to him, right? Uh, that was already my plan, but I was like, you know what? Might as well, while the price is good, let me go ahead and get this car for what, $14,000. It was a good price. We'll have it in case something goes wrong with my car. We'll have this car. So anyways, my car is still running good. Okay, it has 230, I think 33,000 miles, almost 234,000 miles. So, it's up there. But for me, I'm like, girl, it's time to treat yourself. I know y'all probably like, girl, stop it. But yeah, I would definitely love a car. Everything is so high currently still. I'm waiting for prices to go down. I wouldn't mind paying like 15,000 for a car with like miles like Jamez's. Yeah, 15,000. I wouldn't mind. Because you figure loans are just high, right? Loans are high, and interest rates. Even if you have good credit, my score is over $800. $800, 800. Uh, but even then, you're still looking at a higher interest rate. When I had got Jaja's car, what it was at, like a 3.24, so it still wasn't the best. So I'm like, ugh. Of course, I will put a down payment of like 5,000. That's the maximum I think I could put on my credit card, like I did last time. So I could just pay it back immediately, or was it 2,500? I forgot which one it was. But yeah, I was looking at two different cars. Now, of course, I like my Hondas. Okay, I like them a lot, but because of all of the security issues, like with people being able to steal them. I know they say it was during a certain range, I think up to like 2015 to 2018. I could be wrong. But it's not the push to start ones that has the issues, the one with the keys. But just because it's a Hyundai, I'm thinking insurance prices would be higher. So I'm not even looking for that brand anymore. Not so I think. I would have liked I think it was like the 2022 Hyundai's I said Tuscan, but it's the Tucson. I like that, but then at the same time, I'm like, it looks nice. The inside I can get down with, but I definitely like the outside of it. Now, of course, a car is more than just the outside and the features. It's about the longevity. It's also about reliability, things like that, right? Cheap, on the cheaper side to fix, not a premium car. And so those are things I think about, right? Now that's a full SUV, and I'm like, girl, it's just you and the dogs. Like, what do you need a huge SUV for? Your son has his car. No, you need a mom car. So I've been looking around. There's two cars that I've seen that I would be interested in. One is a Honda. The other one is a Toyota. So the Toyota is a CHR. I think that thing looks fire. Like, oh my goodness, looks fire. I don't know. I'm saying it all wrong, but I think it looks so cool. OMG. Now I will say the inside, it's kind of plain. Like in regards to like the steering wheel, I know it may sound weird, but like when I got my car, everything about it just fits me, right? I fell in love with that car as soon as I seen it. Of course, I looked around, but that car stole my attention. The Toyota, the steering wheel gets me. I think it's so old fashioned, and I'm like, really? I know y'all probably like Candace. And then the other one is a Honda CHR. So you figure it's on the smaller side. That would be my second go-to. It's you figure they're smaller SUVs, good on gas. And I'm like, because I really like Jame's car. It's, small and compact. I I know the Toyota is smaller like Jamez's car. I feel like the Honda is a little bit bigger in size. Um, but yeah, I'm like, girl, it's time for you to level up. But at the same time, car market is crazy right now. And I'm like, Candace, like, I'm just wanting to, treat myself for getting my son through this level. You know what I mean? Uh, any of y'all, have y'all ever felt that way? Like, okay, my baby done made it. It's time for me to level up type deal. Sometimes I'll be looking at apartments and I'm like, ooh, that would be nice. I'm not moving anytime soon. The rent is too good here, even though I'm still dealing with issues. You guys. But besides that, let me fill you guys in on some other stuff. So I go back to work tomorrow on Monday, which actually today's the 11th. Tomorrow will be the 12th. I feel good. I feel like I'm in a better mood. I've been treating myself out to a lot of iced coffee, and just coffee in general, which I need to scale back on because that's a lot of, let's face it, that's a lot of sugar in the coffee that I get, right? It's a lot of sugar. Um, but anyways, yeah, I feel like I'm ready to go back to work. Vacation did well for me. I'm at ease. I think, taking a break, getting away from, the hustle and bustle really eases you. It relieves a lot of anxiety. So with that being said, I did have my appointment on Wednesday. Spoke with my medication person, and we're gonna stay on the Lomatrogen, because in a way it helps me get up and go. Right? I don't think as things as being a task, except for dishes. But if I want to tackle it, I'll tackle it. So there's no issues there. Um, so in a way it's good, right? But at the same time, my mood is trash, right? I'm just emotional, irritable, blah blah blah, right? And so as she mentioned this before, getting on another medication that will help my mood. I forgot the name of it, but I started that, half a pill. I started that like 3 days ago. So tonight will be the fourth day. After the eighth day, then I take the full pill. So we'll see how this treats me, y'all. Last week, this past Thursday was my last session with my therapist. So I'm happy about that. It's just one less thing on my calendar, right? I despised having, once you're in the therapy session, it's good, but it's like getting there. I'm like, just leave me alone. I'm already irritable. I'm like, just leave me alone. So I'm happy that's going to be over with. But in the future, if I ever wanted to do therapy again, I would definitely go back to her. It was just nice talking to somebody. Of course they give you like things you can do, which you guys know I was in therapy before. My old job, actually, there was a fee before, and then after a while they allowed it to be free, which was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. With this one, my current job, you got to come out of pocket. And when I go to their website, I think for a session, it's like $100. I'm like, no, I can't afford that. Even if I did 101 session per month, I don't think that will do me much justice. So no, nah, I'm good. I got y'all. Thank you. Thank you. What else is there? So yeah, we'll see how this new medication is. We'll see what my manager has to say when I get back. I was just so short with him. Like, is he gonna take away me from this other role? I think that would be so wrong for somebody to take somebody out of a role for a bad day. Um, Without knowing the full story. I think that's more like discrimination. But we'll see. We'll see. Because the role that I'm in, there's not an issue. There's two roles that he has me in, actually. I don't have an issue with it at all. One role, he said that he'll like rotate between other, groups, other teammates, so everybody has a chance. But don't I think it's so unfair if somebody have a bad day, um when they know that they need the time off to not get it, and then it affects them at work. I know this is what he mentioned. I know he said that, oh, it's not like a write up or anything, but I just wanted to, bring it to your attention. So I don't know. For somebody to mention that, it's like, is it a write up? But I wasn't even gonna go into that. Just like, I'm gonna just enjoy my time off, enjoy my son's success, enjoy his special day, enjoy me being off of work. So far, you guys, I've been cooking. Well, rewind. After Jamez graduated, we've been eating. So you figure we had Applebee's. What other things have I bought? Subs, Chinese food. So yeah, your girl's been spending some money. But we're reeling that back in. I actually made some spaghetti yesterday, so we still have some of that left. But yeah, we need to reel it back in. Sometimes you just need to treat yourself. And as you guys know, for the month of June, I did not give us a eating out category. I wasn't expecting us to eat out. I was expecting that, Jamez has some additional money in his allowance that he can choose to eat out. But also, I don't care of me eating out, I don't care. I will still have a budget starting in July. But for June, I was just like, I wasn't planning on eating out, but by us eating out, it was good. It hit the spot, and we deserve it, even though we spent some money, like what, 100, and then we got moles. Like, let's say $100. We got some subs. Oh, we got subs twice. Probably like $120 within a week. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm like, you get paid on the 15th. Let's see how this check is. I know I want to save up 1,400, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, those are some of the updates for me. My mood is better, but I think that's because of no additional stress. And just being able to relax. I've been sleeping a little bit more, taking naps throughout the day. I didn't do that before as much as I did since starting the new medication. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I've been taking the dogs to the dog park. That has been nice. Just getting them out the house has been wonderful. And getting them off the leash. Even though when we're at the dog park, they're ready to go within 5 minutes. And I'm like, just enjoy it. They don't chase after balls. You know what? I probably have to get different balls, but they're just so worried about everything else. So I don't know. I have these heavy balls. They don't even play with them here, to be honest. But tennis balls, they like those a lot, especially at home. They'll tear right through them. So I may have to buy some of those for them. Yeah, we'll see how this all works out. I don't know. We don't know. If I do get a car, I want to go to the dealership and look at the car, sit in them, see how I feel about both of them. I wouldn't buy them from these dealerships because one is leather. The Toyota one that's close by is leather. I don't do leather because I have my girls, right? And then the other one is at a different location, actually at the same um, location where I got Jamez's car. It said call for price. It was 24,000. I'm like, nah. But I will like to go there just to sit in them, see how I feel, and then go from there. But I think it's time for me to have something as a backup. Once prices go down, though, it's good to look at them now just to give yourself like a time frame. I did go on to Carfax.com and it lets you know, and I did this for Jamez's car too. When I was looking around, the price changes. It lets you know if there's been a price drop. You can see the adjustments in the prices. Some of them I see go down like week by week. One, 500, 250, $1,000. So that just means, the car market is changing, you guys. It is definitely changing. I want a car. I'm looking between 2018 and higher. Okay, 2018 and higher, 60,000 miles or less. I don't want to go above 60,000, and once again, I want around $15,000. I feel like that's doable for me to pay it off within a shorter time frame. Because I don't want my payments to be high. Because I will get a loan. I'm not going to pay it outright, but similar with Jamez's, pay it off within 2 years. But I will say this: the other thing I was thinking about after I got off work on, and I've been thinking about this as well recently, not just on Monday, but I was just like, Candace, in the back of my head, right? I'm like, you're not going to walk away from this job because of how you're feeling, like you have to have job security. You have to, like I mentioned to you guys in the previous video, which I did break down crime because it is very important. I left my previous job because of my mental health. There was just so much going on. I wasn't getting the help I needed. Everything had to be the medical route. It was just, after a while, I'm like, change for me was good, even though my part-time job wasn't what I expected. But it got me to the point where I'm at now. I like this company. I would like to stay here for years, if not like 10 years like I did with my other job, and we'll see from that, right? But I was just like, I was thinking, I'm like, Candace, your mental health can, how can I say it? It makes me seem unreliable. So in the back of my head, I'm like, if my manager sees this, then they'll probably be like, oh, because like for him to even mention, is the role that I put you in too much? Like, it's not too much. I already told you we hardly do anything. So why are you asking me this? But in my head, I'm like, oh, he's asking this because he's thinking about having a backup, It's just like me having a mental issue, me having to take time away from work, me having breakdowns, or whatever it is it going to prevent me from moving up? Not moving up to like leadership or anything like that, but into a different role. You know what I mean? Yeah, like your reliability. And I'm like, that's so unfair. This is in my head. But I'm like, oh, if that was the case, that would be so unfair. Because this is not my fault, It's not my fault. But some jobs, they don't know and they just treat you like a number. We'll see how this job is. At my previous job, my managers knew I let them know straight off the bat, this is what I got. When I was in training at this new job, I did let my trainer and my classmates know, yes, I deal with mental health. I didn't go into that detail with my new manager, because I'm like, I don't care right now. um, but I was just like, man, can you imagine? And then I'm like, Candace, because my mental health, it makes me feel like I'm unreliable, like I can't perform. And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, it makes me want to walk away from a job, you know? And I'm like, man, here goes my son out of high school, and here I am thinking like I'm not gonna have a job. Why am I feeling that way? Why am I feeling that way? It's scary, you guys. It's so scary to think that your job is not secure because of your mental health. That, hey, man, it may be easier to walk away versus your job thinking you're unreliable or that you're not a good rep, whatever it may be. That's some serious stuff. That's your livelihood. That I know this is not for everybody, but this is for me. This is my livelihood, and I think that's the one of the other reasons why I'm such a saver. I don't know what's gonna happen when I need to step away. Now I will say this: your girl was smart. Your girl was smart. I talked to you guys about this before. That putting in for a medical accommodation. So when I did speak to my medical doctor, or my medication doctor, which is the psychiatrist, um, I asked her, I was like, would you be okay with, filling out paperwork for a medical accommodation? She said, sure. She said, if you need like 2 to 4 weeks off as you're starting this new medication, let me know. She's like, or if you need intermittent and need additional breaks, she said, just let me know. Send me the form. We'll discuss it and go from there. She said, if you need like 2 to 4 weeks off to begin with, and then, sporadically, if you still have days, if you need additional days off. Now, I did mention this. It's not about money. It's not about money at all. But when I don't work 105 hours per week or per month, then you figure your bonus changes, right? It's prorated. But not just that. It's not about money. But my other thing is, once you're off of work for so long, you don't want to go back. I want to stay within that rhythm. I definitely want to stay within that rhythm, because I can be miserable after 2 to 4 weeks, and I'm like, I gotta go back to this crap. you know, I don't want to do that. That's why I don't want to even take longer vacations at all, because it's just like you got to get back into the rhythm again. But we'll see. We'll see. But I told her, for right now, I would like to see about additional breaks, or, and like, intermittent time off. So like, say forth an additional 5, like I can have up to 5 days off per month, and at least that would not penalize me if I have to call out on a Monday or Friday, whatever day it may be. But Mondays is my issue day, so yeah. But I'll keep you guys posted. I sent the documents over. It goes through a process. It goes through them having, so my job sent me the forms. I had to send in 2 forms, fill those out, sign them, and then I had to send those one document over to my, it's an online thing. So they sent me a DocuSign to give me a option to release information, and then I had to send them the 2 forms that they have to fill out. So it's a process. I don't even think she got it just yet, because this happened on Wednesday. I got the email on, no, it happened on Wednesday. I think it was Thursday I sent the email over. So yeah, I may hear something back once they fill it out, and I probably won't hear nothing back for like a week, because she has to still fill it out and send it in to my job. And it goes through a process for her too. She can't just send it over. It goes through her to the records group, and then the records group sends it out. So Yeah, but at least I know it's going to be something in the works. So I'm not going to be penalized. But I'm just like, man, having a medical or mental issue, I'm like, it can hold people back. It can allow your job to feel like you're unreliable, but that shouldn't be the case. That is definitely discrimination. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know. If that ever were to happen, though, I'm going to call it out because it's not fear. It's not fear um, for me to be held back because of something like that, you know? So I am a reliable person, but if you need a day or two off to, deal with what you're dealing with, I feel like it's better to do that than to push through it and have bad customer service. Like I didn't have bad customer service, but I wasn't, giving a care. I was just cutting it short, not showing no sympathy or empathy. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna talk with you guys too. I just wanted to update y'all that your girl wants a new whip. I want a graduation present too. All right, I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.